Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. We are your hosts, Lex and Dom. Today we have a special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, first off, thank you so much for having me. And my name is LaVeta Cameron. I am a full-time entrepreneur. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, director, producer, writer, model, self-defense teacher, administrative consultant, and I think a bunch of other stuff I'm missing, but it's LaVeta Cameron.
That's good.
Oh, I'm also a mother too, a child of God, and I'm a mother. I have 2 children, and that's all.
That's good. As a business owner, what are your 3 top priorities?
I'll have to say customer service. I want to make each client feel, special and that their stuff is important to me because it is, because I value their business. Efficiency, knowing what I do and how to get it done correctly to the best of my ability and supplying with, great service. And what's the third one? Let me think. What is it? I guess I want them to feel valued. But I guess that goes with customer service. I want to create other opportunities for other people to have, I guess, an opportunity to advance themselves. So create other opportunities for myself as well as for others.
So, we're gonna start with your self-defense classes you teach. What's the process? How did you get into that?
Okay, so that is called StormSETs. And I've been training since I was 11 years old. Started with my dad and my brothers in our basement. And then I started going to the school. It was formerly called Robinson Academy of Martial Arts. Now it's called Black Lion Fighting Systems. So it's kind of similar to what your Black Lion podcast, but it's Black Lions Fighting Systems. So first was under my dad, Al Robinson Sr., and then my uncle, Dr. Timothy Robinson. Trained there, still trained when I can, but now I'm on sets a lot. So I've been in class in a while, so I've been filming a lot. But I've been doing that, and I decided about almost 3 years ago to start teaching, focus on women more and children, just because it might be easier for women to learn how to defend themselves from another female as opposed to a man. And I don't want women to think they're at a disadvantage just because they're females and might not have the physical strength that men usually have. That's how I got started with that. And I believe in women protecting themselves. To me, because I've been growing up doing it, it's second nature, but I know it's not second nature to a lot of people. So I just like to make people aware of their surroundings and how to really protect themselves in different situations. Just be more cautious and conscientious of what they're doing to not be easily snatched up, become easy targets or victims.
And you say you're a movie creator?
Oh, yes. Oh, first, I forgot. I do have a black belt in martial arts. I forgot to say what I studied. It's Shotokan, Akijitsu, and Ninjutsu. So I have a 5th degree black belt. And then that goes on to my filmmaking. So that's called Lady Ninja Storm Productions. So in 2020, I decided to finally write. I've always been a writer, but I decided to finally write my own scripts and make my own films. Because I act in all my films, and most of them, I produce all of them, and I direct a lot of them as well. But I did that because I wasn't getting the roles that I wanted to as an actor. I wanted to get certain roles, but they weren't making certain roles for the type of stuff I wanted to do. Like, I want to fight in my films. And a lot of films, you see that they're making, the independent films, the most you'll get is someone shooting somebody with a gun. I want to do hand-to-hand combat. So that's what I started writing and doing. So that's, I do the martial arts. So I had people in there. So I just want to be that type of figure, like Halle Berry and John Wick, like that. Or what's her name? Angelina Jolie, like in Tomb Raider. And what else was she in? Like, what's that movie called? Her and Ben Affleck, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that movie. Yeah. They're fighting. Like, I want to be that kind of actor as well. Not just the basic, typical girlfriend, sexy vixen, wife. Like, I want other type of challenging roles, different. I won't be typecast. And my most recent film I made is called Red Light. So that film is about human trafficking. I wrote it as a short, and then eventually it became, I decided to expand on it. So we shot it again. I wrote it out, expanded it to a full-length feature film. And this past September, October 2021, we filmed everything. So about 80 members, cast and crew, which was crazy. Like nobody told me to do that. But in order to get the story out, it wound up being that many people. We needed that much to tell the whole full story. And I wanted a full-length film just to make people aware of human trafficking. And like I said, going back to martial arts, and aware of their surroundings and know how to protect themselves. So I wrote a film, all fiction, but I want people to watch it and forget that it's fiction so they could think like, wow, this could probably happen to me. So I'm using all the things, all my God-given talents and stuff that I'm all into just to bring stuff to life and create. I love creating. I love the camera, being in front of the camera, like now, behind the camera, it doesn't matter. I love it all.
One person's fiction is someone else's reality.
That's true. It's true. Possibly, very well could be, but I wrote it from my mind, so I wrote it fictionally, but it's relatable. Red Light is definitely relatable because I'm sure, like when I had to audition the girls, the victims, I had to make sure it wouldn't trigger them, ask them if they're okay being disrespected, called out of their names, and touched or smelled or pushed down. I had to make sure they were comfortable because I didn't know what other people have been through. Someone may have been through something like that. I didn't want to trigger anyone, so I had to ask those questions first to make sure they're comfortable. Yeah. And also make sure the guys were comfortable being the bad guys in a film like this. Like they don't usually kidnap people. Well, I don't think they do, but like I hope they don't in real life, but I have to ask them like, yo, and they're like, well, I never raped anybody. I was like, well, me either, but well, we're gonna figure it out. So it was a touchy subject to talk about. So I had to tread lightly and be careful about it.
What was the other business that you said that you do?
One more is close, a couple more, but we'll talk about SASSinize, simply administrative strategic solutions. This is why I had an acronym SASSinize. It's a mouthful, but that's what I do. So I've been in working administrative stuff for maybe 17, 18 years over the years from college on up. Working 3 different charter schools now. It's either running a front office, managing the office, doing transportation, coordination between the school districts and the schools, working human resources, doing payroll, doing different things like that. So when I branched off on my own, I left my last 9-to-5 was in 2018. Then I started doing an administrative services company and just helping other entrepreneurs that may be good at what they're doing at the creative part, whatever they're doing, but not so much with the back end with the office help. Like you need to help doing whatever admin wise to keep themselves organized. Because I believe in bringing organization to your organization. So it was basically doing that. And it wound up being a whole bunch of different things. People started asking me things I never thought I'd be doing. Like, you do a resume? I hadn't thought about working on people's resumes, but I do a lot of resumes. And the success rate is great. A lot of people have been getting work from my resumes too. So that makes me happy. Like, okay, I'm making a difference. Somebody, getting jobs because of this. And also have people ask me to help with doing research for their businesses or helping doing their payroll or just doing manual, just typing or data entry, whatever they need, they can't get to, they need extra help. They call me. So that I love that. That's my nerdy side. This is why I love producing, because producing is just like that all paperwork that most people don't like, but I absolutely love. I'm the queen of papers. What do we say? The next business, I think the most recent one is StormSETs, showcasing entertainers and talents. So I started that business recently last summer. I guess I put it out there this past October 23rd, my birthday, the show just to help other actors like myself who, seasoned or new ones, give them a one-stop shop to get everything done. Because sometimes we're always going to one place to get our resumes done, someone else to do our headshots or photos, and another place to do our reel. So I got a group of good friends of mine who I also do business with and trust the work. So we got together, and it's my business, but I contract them out to do the work. So once I bring the clients in, we can all get work to go around. There's about 5 of us. So and I don't claim to know how to do everything, which is why I have the other people. I'm great at delegating, so I can bring people together, bringing clients in, and we all make money together. I love making money with my friends. That's one. That's StormSETs. And then the other one, I talked about it, Lady Ninja Storm Productions. So besides doing my own films, I work with my business partner, Hunter Thomas Candelaria. He's my director of photography. He does all the camera work, the technical stuff, because I do everything else on filmmaking. I don't do the technical things. So we got together and now we make money together. Other people have hired us to produce their films as well. So we don't just do our own films now. We've done a film about, I guess, abuse, mental abuse or physical abuse, and have someone else asking us to do a film about domestic violence. That one was a true story. And we've done a documentary last month in December. Went to Dover, Delaware to do a documentary on homelessness on a nonprofit business they have out there. So it seems like we're doing a lot of social justice type films, not intentionally, but I mean, we believe in it, so it's fine. So that's what we do. Just want to, bring other stories to life and help people produce their films that want to get their stories told. So we're for hire. I think that's all my businesses, as well as an actor. Also, like I said, an actor. I like to do different roles.
That's good.
I don't want to be typecast as a filmmaker or an actor, so I make different genres of films as well. So I have some comedies in there, some action, some thrillers, but I never want to be typecast, so I just make sure I do different roles and write different types of films. That way, I keep you on their toes, keep them guessing, so you're never gonna, be able to tell what you're gonna get one day to the next from me.
That's good. Yeah, support system like families and friends. When you first started your businesses, were they very supportive of you?
They're probably questioning why I left my nice paying job to go out and do my own thing. It was and still is hard. Like I used to do like Lyft a lot. I haven't done that about almost 2 years. I used to do Lyft a lot, and once in a while I tried DoorDash for a few months. I didn't really like that too much, but sometimes you need help paying the bills if the business isn't there. So it was definitely different lifestyle change because I was used to making a certain amount of money every 2 weeks consistently. Whereas though now I just got to think about my bills, how to budget out, what clients I have coming in, what work. So it's a different lifestyle altogether. But I'm like almost 3.5 years in. So I don't think I'm gonna go back to a regular 9 to 5. Just I wanna make it with my different businesses. Whoever gets the bills paid through the businesses. They're supportive. Now I have my parents in my film and my brother and a couple of family members and Red Light also. So that was cool for them to, before they would just hear about me making films and acting. Now they actually got to be the talent and be actors in the films. So they got to have a new respect for me, being as though they got to experience how it really works on set and what I do and how all the long hours and stuff.
Are your employees as committed as you are, like
I'm gonna
to
say
your goals?
I'm gonna say yes, because I treat them a certain level of respect, the highest level of respect actually. And I make sure they know that I care about them. Like production company, like we'll have meetings at the house, my mom will cook, she loves it. And everybody, love to eat, have fellowship and stuff. And when we talk business, they know I'm full of paperwork, but they always know that I have their best interest at heart. I'm not trying to cheat anybody out of anything. Work, I'm always gracious. We can't pay them financially. Usually I try to pay them monetarily, but if I can, I'm always making sure I value how much they I value their time and commitment. So they're very committed and they know I always take care of them. Yeah, I always take care of them. So that's how people ask me how to get so many people to work in my films. I'm like, really? I keep good rapport with everyone. Like everyone me, I just keep a good rapport, and people generally gravitate toward me and want to work with me anyway. So it's like, sure, you want to do this, and I do lots of stuff. So they're always trying to, be a part of it because they see we have so much fun on set, always dancing and singing and, whatever in between takes, but we also working really hard and they know how professional. I keep everything professional, a level of professionalism. Although I am the one leading the dances and stuff, but that's because I get tired on set and so I need my energy raised. But they know when it's time to work, we need that balance of like fun and also work and play. So we have that, but they know I keep it professional. I make sure I have a level of standard that you don't see on most sets, right? Independent films, at least.
where do you shoot your film, like your films and stuff at?
Well, wherever, somebody's house. We ask the cast maybe who has a house we can use. You never, somebody might be in a real estate and have buildings we can use, or just live in a apartment complex and they have a community room we can use. Different things. Some of them, put out favors, say, hey, we shot at a auto body shop for one of the scenes. We just had to put out requests and see who answered, and they said yes, they let us, like, and put their name in the script, and credits and everything. But it's might be in the park. Like one of the scenes for Red Light, well, 3 of the scenes we shot in the parking lot about 3 a.m. The supermarket parking lot. But we had to get the shot, so we went to the parking lot and they're there forever. Sometimes we have to pay a small fee, or I'm the filmmaker. I sometimes have to pay a small fee. So sometimes we try to get the ones who are willing to let us use it and give them producer credits or whatever. So that's help out on, budgeting for the film. Whatever the script calls for, we'll figure out how to make it work.
What have you learned from, like, trials and errors throughout all your businesses?
Learned that I learned that other people don't take, when you have to work with other people for your business and they have a business themselves and they're your network, I realize they don't always have the same work ethic or grind that you do. Like if I text someone, hey, someone else has another business, I need something, usually there, and they take days or weeks and I gotta like keep following up. I don't hear anything. That makes me become like a customer, how I don't want to make my customers feel. Like you don't value me. And I get it that people get busy. I understand that because I'm crazy busy. But I also find that other business owners don't always have the same level of professionalism and values that you have for your own business. So, and some people are like friends that you know closely and they had a business, but you realize actually it's probably not a good idea that we work together. But it is what it is.
Is your day-to-day operations able to operate without you being there? Like having hands-on consistently?
Right now, I would say for the most part, aside from film, it's just me. But I do have people on payroll that I can call up for, like, if I get too overwhelmed with the jobs, like admin stuff, I have a few people on payroll. I can say, hey, can you take over this job and put them on the payroll? Then they can do that. But for right now, this month has been pretty slow. It's been pretty slow. So it's just me right now. I don't need the extra help, but they're there if I need them. But at the moment, nope. That is actually my administrative business. I will one day, because everything is virtual, which I love, because I love working from home. I want to have a building where I don't have to be there hands-on. I can have the director's operation, in charge, but I still would know what's going on. That someone who I trust would take care of it the day-to-day, like you said. That's what I would really love, to have a whole building of offices and get the clients in, and we have a set place to work at. But then I could also have time to still go off and make my movies and know that everything is going to be good while I'm filming on set somewhere across the world. That's what I want.
You say you're a mother, correct?
I am. I have 2 babies.
So, are you involving your children in the business?
Well, my children, they know that I'm an entrepreneur. And they understand that mommy doesn't have 9 to 5 anymore, but they're also kind of embarrassed of me. So they don't want to be on set or anything like that. I took them a few times because I was no other way they couldn't be with me. So I took them, and they're just bored on set. They don't like that stuff I'm into. They're not into it. So they're just like, whatever. Maybe when they get older, they might have an interest or something. But right now, they're just embarrassed of me at the most part. Like, Mom, you're just doing so much. So they're teenagers. So they're like, whatever.
What advice would you give someone who wanted to start a business?
Well, they don't have to have everything laid out and planned out. It's good to have a plan. I'm gonna say yes, definitely good to have a plan. It's probably good to have some money saved up for it if you can. Like when I left, I didn't have anything saved up for the business. I just was like, I'm just going to step out and do my own thing. That's exactly what I did. But I don't know if I would do things differently though, because I definitely wasn't going to stay at that last job. So I don't think I would have did anything differently. It's just been a hard road. I would tell them not to, burn bridges with people. You never know when you may need them for something else, even if, something may come along and you may have to go back to them and say, hey, you might need a favor or something. And just having a goal of making everything legal, like the paperwork in order. If you're going to get an LLC or a corporation or whatever, just get your paperwork in order, get your EIN number and have your stuff in order. Because then there are different things out there that the government offers when you are a business owner to help you and stuff, like get different grants and stuff. You just qualify for other things than you would working 9 to 5. So I would say make sure all your legal paperwork is in order.
Can you let the audience know where they can find you at, how they can contact you?
Yes. I guess basically I would say my website. I have a few websites, but my website will take you to everything else, I believe, is www.lavetacameron.com. And also Instagram and Facebook, LaVeta Cameron, as well as Lady Ninja Storm. That's what it says in my black belt, Lady Ninja Storm. So it's Lady _Ninja _Storm. And then a production company is the same thing, Lady Ninja Storm Productions _ under between each word. Then the other one is just SASSinize. That's like sassy, but SASSinize. StormSETs, Storm and Sets, SETS. I'm missing one. Storms of Defense _ between each of them. Basically, LaVetaCamera.com. We'll take it. And YouTube, Lady Ninja Productions on YouTube. I have a couple of my short films on there. And the teaser to Red Light is on there also.
From year one of you starting your business up until now, what progress have you seen?
I've seen that I can, like I said before, I was doing Lyft for a while and stuff like that and DoorDash, but then I progressed and got more clients in different businesses. And I was like, wow, I can really see that I am progressing and making a living from my business without having to supplement as much as I did before with other things that I didn't want to do. So I see the progression like that, and people grown to know me and utilize my services in different capacities, whatever business they may need me for, whether it's supplements classes, administrative wise, filmmaking. They've come to me to help them with different things, and I love it. I'm like, yay! I'm like a go-to person. Always looking for new clients.
You like another plug?
Yes, you can say that. Yeah. Basically, yep. If I don't know, I might know somebody. Basically.
So do you have any up and coming films coming out anytime soon?
Let's see. We filmed 2020. I shot a film called Your Daddy, My Big Daddy. And then we shot a sequel to that last October called Girl Daddy. So I have those two. Well, Your Daddy, My Big Daddy is on YouTube, but Girl Daddy is not edited yet. It's in post-production. We did another film for my aunt Tamara Hawkins. She wrote a couple of books and then she turned her books into a film. So Remnants of Love is one. My partner Hunter Thomas Candelaria for HT Grain Pictures, he produced a film called Orders from the Humming. So I helped produce that as well. So that's like a noir thriller. We did Red Light, the homeless documentary called 5 Days Cold Purple. And I'm trying to think. And I have a couple of others that are about to be in pre-production as soon as we finish editing the rest of them. A little bit. Working our way up.
How much for when you said that she turned her book into a film? How much? What was the pricing? How much was the pricing?
That I can't disclose under NDA and privacy of the clients. But I will say we charge pre-production. We have when we do a proposal, it's written out in stages. So like the first stage, we say probably take 2 to 4 months pre-production, which is going through the location scouting, whether they need help with casting, rehearsals, just planning the whole process out and call sheets and all that stuff. That's pre-production. And then the next stage is film production. And we have a daily rate for film production, which includes me and my partner, the producers and director, camera operator. And I'm directing sometimes, depends on if they need me to or not. As well as we have a sound person, a camera assistant. What else is there? Someone to do a production assistant who helps with slating and keeping track of the scenes and the continuity. Another, maybe 2 other PAs on set, a set photographer. So all that totaled up to a daily rate, depending on what they need, that we charge them per day. So we try to see the script and try to advise, we'll probably get done in maybe get done in 15 days. It might be under 15, but we give them a daily rate that, we got to stay on task. And if it goes over this date, it's going to be this daily rate as well. And then the next step we have is a post-production rate. And that includes the editing, color grading, the music, the score put in there, and with the audio matched up with the editing with the dailies. And then there's a marketing section also that includes we market everything out on social media, the package together, make sure the trailers and the teasers are done with the marketing director oversees that. So we have different stages of that, but it's customized to each client's their specific film.
Well, that's good to know.
Well, you have a film you need made or something? That's why you're interested.
Yeah, well, I got a book out already, so I was planning on having it. I got the people for the book. I mean, like the cast for the book, but it's more. I mean, for the movie, but I just wondering, if y'all had a standard rate. That's what I was trying to figure out. That's all. I know some people be having standard rates and some people don't. So.
Yeah, I think we have a semi-standard rate. Yeah. Well, that's only for pre-production because everything else is changes because it's they've got to consideration meals on set for the cast and crew got to be fed every day throughout the day. Then there's also paying for travel. Some people coming out of town, you got to pay for travel and room and board. They're gonna stay at the hotels, and then tolls and gas and parking and different things like that also included in there. That's just varies depending on how big the cast and crew is and all that. My film Red Light was a lot. It was 80 people. So that's why I say it can vary. You might have a cast 4 people and it might not be
enough. Because I know some people said that they need you to just myself. I talked to a lot of different people about different things on Fiber, and they said sometimes they need to put if they want to do it, you got to put it in the script form already. So
what the movie?
A book to a script form, basically.
Yep. I mean, there'll be another. I'm sure it'll be another price to if we have to read the book through and then write a script for it. That's a whole nother beast. But can be done. But that's definitely another thing. Unless you just come, like they said, with the script written, then it's okay, read a script. But my aunt had a script. She wrote the book and she wrote her script. So.
Yeah. A lot of work to be done.
It's so much work going to filmmaking, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I love being on set. Being my clipboard.
I probably won't get the film done for the book until I finish the second book. So
you started writing the second book?
I'm currently in the process of finishing it.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
Well, not really finishing it, getting it midway, more so the middle of the book. Writing a book it takes a lot of work.
I know. That's why I love writing, but I never wanted to write because I was like, man, I don't feel like thinking of a whole storyline and get writer's block. So that's why I didn't write my own scripts. And then I decided 2 years ago, let me just write some scripts, write a beginning, middle, and end. Let me, just some what I want to write about. Think so. Then I was like, okay, I'm back to writing again. Since I did one feature, I'm like, I can do this. I can. It took a lot. I can do this. It's good being on the other side of it. Now you try something like, wow, you really pulled this off. Whew. It's because you know how you're even writing a book, like you're thinking something, and then you're like, okay, I have this idea, and you put it down. And then with scripts, you have table reads, read it over again, have it read out loud, you hear your words read. It's like, wow, you hear it out loud. And then you get a rehearsal, you start to see part of it, then you're on set and you film it like, oh my goodness, look how this is like mind blowing. And then the editing process, you're watching the playback on the screen, like, wow. And once you get it all together, you're like, we got a whole movie start from my brain. It's an idea. Like, it's so amazing. That's how the books are, I'm sure. Minus the being on screen just yet, but yeah.
Yeah, well, books you don't gotta show no face. People have public speaking problems, all types. They're like, we on camera. And Tyler Perry, before they went on their mid-season break last year, they was talking about how they sex scenes. They said everybody be staring at them and stuff. I'm like, oh, I said that makes somebody not want to do no film or TV. I was like, yo,
man, we haven't cleared the room. Like, just clear the room of only the very necessary crew members that need to be there. Like the audio and the camera guy. The rest of y'all director. The rest of y'all can get out. Like, like it's a lot. You have so much stuff that goes around in the room. The setup. You might hold the lights, and you got all these people helping to hold this up, and it's like everybody need. Okay, now go. Like, you're like, what? So, but I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. All of it.
how do you know who to keep and who to let go? Like when it comes to business decisions.
So my team, it kind of came together with the production team. I'll say it came together naturally. At first, it was just started out just me, and I'm just asking people, working different camera people, different things, see how they work and the quality of the work, and then seeing on crew, just starting out knowing people in the acting industry, like, hey, you want to help out on set? You want to do this? And just seeing how people mesh and realize, like, they're really reliable. Like, okay, I can depend on them. There had somebody walk off set before, like, not tell me they were leaving set. It was a crew member, and I was just like, oh, and we had to find somebody else to fill the spot. It was just different things like that. I'm like, oh, now I work on my set again, but you just realize who's, I want to say, for you and who's against you. You start realizing that, like, who's that thorn in your side? Like, are they really trying to be helpful, or are they hindering you for the greater good of the project? And then sometimes as a leader, you got to make hard decisions and have hard talks with people, because I don't want anyone to walk away from any of my sets to be like, well, with that experience, well, this happened. And, and if I know about it, it's up to me to address it. Because in the day, they'll say, I've been on the lead to set and this what happened. So I need to be the one to have some hard conversations and tell people, that's not cool what you did. Like, make sure you don't say this, or you're offending people when you say this, or act in a certain way. Like, be more professional. Just gotta let them know sometimes. And I don't like to have those conversations, but who else is going to do it? It has to be me. So yeah. And some people are probably upset with me or don't talk to me anymore because of that. And I'm just like, keep it moving. I got stuff to do. So I have no hard feelings against them, but sometimes it's just like, well, maybe we can still be friends and get business. Never know. But that's the cost of being a leader. So that's what I learned. So that's what I learned. It costs to be the leader. People want that leadership role. They want this, but it costs, and you got to make hard decisions a lot. Good or bad, there are consequences for them. And need your team there to help you. Can't do it by yourself.
That's what I said. Life and consequences.
It's real. It's real. It's definitely.
Yep.
Mhm.
I said I said even though they said what I meant by I said we can make decisions. I said we can make the right decision, but it's always gonna rub somebody else the wrong way because it affects them differently than it affects us, basically. So
Yeah, and it's hard to make people see if they're just in their feelings, help them look objectively at situations and say, hey, business wise, this isn't working because of this, that, and the other. And especially like I need my characters, the cast to be on point. You know, I want people to want to be there. I don't want anyone a hard team who doesn't want to be there. If they don't want to be there, there's no hard feelings because it's like so many people that I can just grab to say, hey, can you work with me? Do you mind filling in, coming in? Like I know so many people, so it doesn't even bother me. People have to walk away. It's like, okay, I feel like we weren't meant to be anyway. Then if you felt like you need to walk away, then it just wasn't meant to be. And that's okay. People have to understand that it's okay. That's why I started doing my other segment. It's not a business, but the Boss Lady Unfiltered segment I started in December. So I realized I have stuff to say, and I would keep a lot of things to myself, or I would observe much but speak on little. And so when I would start talking to people, I realized they related to me and the things I said, but they didn't. No one really talked about those types of things out loud or put a voice to it. So once I put even the crazy, silly things, sometimes they're serious topics, I put them out there, and people would respond and say, "Hey, I do this too," or "I can relate. That happened to me too." You just never know, but nobody talks about them. Like nobody talks about it. So I enjoy the interaction.
because everybody have their own mental health problem, but everybody don't like to deal with mental health.
Yes, and it's okay.
It's
So
it's uncomfortable to some people. That's all.
yeah, I just put it out there. I mean, I don't put my whole business, everything out there. I try to be discreet in a way, but I try to speak my truth and to speak sometimes whatever I'm thinking of that comes to mind or things that annoy me. So I had friends tell me, they ask me, like, LaVeta, I don't ever see you lose your cool or get upset. Do you ever tell anybody off? And I'm like, I don't like to get to that point. I really don't because I feel like I have so many other things to worry about. Like I'm trying to figure out how to pay my bills and take care of my kids. I don't like drama, so I'm not going to engage in it. I don't have time for that. I have other things to think about. That's why I can't dwell too much if someone doesn't want to be a part of my production or doesn't want to be part of my team. Like I don't got time for that. I got other things to worry about. I gotta pay these bills. My kids need me. So it's like, okay, on to the next. Like, I have other things that's more pressing, more important to me that take precedence. Me worrying about or my feelings and caring. Oh, this happened. So it I just don't like the drama. And so I think about, like I said, I observe a lot, but speak on little because I don't like drama. If it was meant for me to know, I feel like the person would tell me. And if it's not, I don't get upset because it's like I don't need to know. So I don't dwell in it. So then I started Boss Lady Unfiltered to say the little things I think about. I'm just saying. If they think it's about them, it just might be. But I don't call names.
I understand.
But I don't call names. No.
Well, they
What do you say?
but eventually they will understand.
Yeah.
People, we all. Well, I just say people understand things after a while. They's like, oh, that's why that person did this. They might not take the the message from receive the message well from the person they felt offended by, but when they hear it from somebody that they respect, they understand. Oh, that's how that situation was, and I
Right.
should probably handled it better.
Yeah. As long as you come to grow from it and learn from it and mature, and then hopefully whatever happened this time won't happen again. But if it does, I guess you got to keep doing it so you get it right and learn from it. But hopefully it won't take that many times for you to keep getting like beat down and like offending people or, you know, yeah, try not to offend people. I go out of my way to make sure I don't offend people. Then people sometimes, offend me. They may not even know. I may not even say anything, but I take note of it and keep it for like the future and learn how to move. Stuff like that I'll do. Like I said, I don't speak on everything. I realize.
I know we're supposed to have a balance and everything because we can't please everybody.
Surely can't. Oh my goodness.
Some people just gonna be unpleased. That's all. That's just life.
It is. You think you're doing something and they're upset because you're doing something that's gonna for your benefit, but it might hurt them in the process. But it's not you trying to be selfish, but you need self-preservation too, like self-care. Right? Like, and some people can't understand that if they're going through their own circumstances, they can't really understand why. Until they get through whatever they're going through on the other side of the storm and had to look, like you said, look back and realize and be able to think rationally, like, oh, this person wasn't so bad. I see why they did that, like you said.
Can you tell the audience one more time where they can find you at, how they can contact you before we close out?
Thing. Again, my name is LaVeta Cameron. You can find me on my website, www.lavitacameron.com. YouTube, Lady Ninja Storm Productions. Facebook and Instagram, LaVeta Cameron and Lady Ninja Storm, Lady Ninja Storm Productions, SASSinize, Storms of Defense, and Boss Lady Unfiltered. I think that's everything. I hope that was everything. Did I say Storms of Defense and StormSETs? I think I did. Yes, it's a lot of them.
Well, I thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Likewise.